Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. I am going to fire up this new hay bine. I used it on first cutting this year and it worked pretty good. Had a few glitches, but I'm gonna fire it up today and go cut some alfalfa hay, the second cutting of alfalfa hay, and hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of it working when I'm over there. But come along for the ride. Okay, made it back into Scott's yard here where I keep this swather parked. Had a few problems, but ended up getting the job done. Right down there you can see a broken knife, so I'm going to have to get that replaced. And over here on that side, right on the end there's another broken knife. And of all the hay that I've put up this year, probably end up putting up 1,000 bales by the time I'm done. But that's the first time all summer I've broke a knife or anything. And you can see that rock guard there is broke as well. So I just finished out the job I was doing over there, got by with it, and come back here to the shop to get things replaced here. So I carry everything I need to do this, to replace these knives. Got another package of extra knives and a socket, new bolts, and I've got one rock guard in here. So I carry that with me so that I could replace things on the go if I needed to. Also in here I got the sockets and a wrench. Luckily these guards, or these blades, are the bolt-on type instead of the rivet type. When I was a kid running swathers, they were all rivet type, and you have to have a tool, which I don't own, to punch those rivets out. But these bolts are a lot more user-friendly. So in order to do this, I've got to pull this one rock guard off here to get access to replace that knife. Put a nut back on there so I can tap those nuts out, or the bolts out. There it went. So that new knife goes in there just like that. I need to go slide the whole knife over in order to get that rock guard on. Okay, there's one of the knives replaced. I had a hard time getting that blade to move, and it dawns on me, I don't know, right here, that road that I drive in and on of out of that field, it's got a lot of sagebrush and it's not very wide, and I got a big glob of sagebrush that pulled off there and jammed it up, so that's why it was so hard to get to move. So I'll move on and get this other one replaced off camera. So I got this other side done, fix that one rock guard, and I put two new teeth in. This there was the broken tooth that was, or knife that was on the end, and this next one to it was pretty hammered. You can see, I don't know why, for some reason, you know, a lot of these other teeth, these old teeth, are in pretty good shape, but for some reason this other one was pretty hammered as well. So I went ahead and replaced it while I was working right in here. So getting things back ready to go. Okay, I fired it up and everything's working, so it ought to be good to go again on the next round. And something else I've been struggling with this swather since I've had it, these bolts right here, and there's more of them back there on this wobble box, keep working themselves loose. That wobble box that makes this knife go back and forth like that has really got a lot of stress and work on it. But I tightened it up again with some grade 8 bolts, and hopefully I can get through. I've got one more job with this swather, and as soon as I get done with that, I'm going to pull this wobble box off, and probably those holes are wallered out. So probably what I'd like to do is drill them out to a larger size bolt, and so that they're good and tight. I don't know, I'll have to get things pulled off here to get that wobble box out of the way, and so I got access to everything. But that's what I'm wanting to do, is to drill them out to bigger bolts, and that way everything will be tight and maybe it'll stay together for me. I'm almost tempted, I hate to do it, but to go and weld it, but I would only want to put the welds where I could get to it with a grinder to pull it off. So that'll be a project for the next go around. And so I'll try to bring you back here when I get this. It's just probably, I don't know what it is, 5 to 9 acres of grass hay, and they turned off the water on it here yesterday, I believe, and so we're going to give it a few days to dry out, and then I'll be working on that project. Shouldn't be a very big project, so that's where we're at. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.